Hey guys, Tyler Hooks here with JConcepts, and we're here with Ryan Mayfield representing Protek RC and Amain Hobbies. Really grateful to have them join the series for INS and NCTS as a series sponsor and send guys out to the races like Ryan to compete at the highest level. So what are some of the new products that you guys have that you're working with, Ryan?
Well, Protek's always developing and coming out with something. We got a whole new line of batteries. Every battery in the arsenal has been, the milliamps have been bumped up, like from 200 milliamps to up to 500 milliamps. So like the 6100 that I typically run in my two-wheel drive car is now 6400. The 4600 that was in my four-wheel drive is now 4800. So I'm not really sure how they did that, but the battery technology is always developing, so they were able to kind of boost the cells but maintain the same weight, which is nice. And then we're also working on a new engine, which will be a Ryan Mayfield edition Protek Samurai engine, and it'll be pretty similar to the engine that's currently being sold. It has a few different things, like the carburetor is slightly different, the backplate's going to be a little different, and then obviously the head is going to be different. And I think a couple other things, I'm not really sure, I haven't seen the finished product yet, but I'm excited for that. And there's a lot of other stuff. I mean, Protek has damn near anything you need to go racing, a lot like JConcepts, so yeah, super cool that they're getting involved with sponsoring this event. They're a great company to run for, and a lot of good people over there.
Yeah, so one of the things that you've been vocally excited about is on the 8-scale side of things with your electric buggy, the battery options. What specific type of pack are you actually running in your e-buggy now?
Yeah, so Protek made a 4-cell shorty pack probably about a year ago, and I believe it was a 6000, and now that battery also has been bumped up to a 6400. So that thing's cool because it's like 80 grams lighter than the other battery, a little less milliamp, but when you save 80 grams worth of weight, you get a more efficient vehicle, so the runtime doesn't really become a factor. So when I first tested that battery last year, I was a little questionable about the runtime stuff, but I ran like 13 or 14 minutes at my home track, which is, perfect. We run 10-minute races, so I ran it all last year, had no issues ever, never had a problem with runtime. Go out there for the main, do my warm-up lap, and then put it on the grid, just like everybody else does. And then this year they added a little more milliamp to it, so should be even a little safer, and the stuff lasts forever. I mean, I run basically the same battery in all my cars all year, and I do 25, 26 events, so they get used and abused, and I definitely don't balance them or store them or do anything proper, and they always work. So yeah, they make good stuff.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, you run their servos as well. What are your, like, for 10 scale, for example, what are your preferred models?
Yeah, I just run the 160 TBL for 10 scale. It's their high power, high voltage, high torque shorty servo. I run that in my two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and in stadium truck if I do run it. And then in A scale I run the 170 SBL, which has been a super reliable servo. I think I've had one kind of fail, like it got a little loose, but I had like 7-10 gallons, which for me that's a lot of abuse. So yeah, it's I couldn't be happier with their stuff. I mean, there's a lot of great servos on the market, but with Amain Hobbies, like customer service, and anytime you have a problem you can get a hold of somebody. So yeah, it's been a great addition to my racing for sure.
Yeah, so obviously we're super happy to have Amain and Protek on as a title sponsor, actually. What does a company like that, having all the things that they have as well as the Protek products, but this plethora of other things, does it make it easier on you, even just as a pro driver, just to be able to get the things you need and then get ready to travel?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Chad Bradley. He's I guess he's the manager of Protek, and I can get a hold of him day or night if I have any questions or concerns. If I see anything a customer's having problems with, I can get in touch with him. And so yeah, I mean, Amain Hobbies is a big company, big online hobby shop, but they're very dedicated to racing. They want to make the best stuff. They want to have the best guys running their stuff, and they do whatever it takes for us to succeed, which is that's what it takes for guys like us to have a good weekend. So yeah, just like JConcepts, they're dedicated to this stuff, and it's like I said, it's refreshing and it makes my job a lot easier.
Well, big thank you to Amain and Protek, as well as to you for coming on out to these events and bringing the rest of the guys with you. And we look forward to seeing you guys at some of the other events, as well as maybe some of the brass from Protek and Amain showing up to some of the events here in the future. So, yeah, see you next time.
All right, thanks.